juicy tea and censored.
Now, 4 months ago, I had did a video about Love and Hip Hop reality star Spice that she was in a coma. Now, there was rumors swirling around that allegedly Spice had passed away due to complication of the surgery. Now, Spice had went live today to explain the real reason why she had surgery. Now, she said in the live that she had went to the Dominican Republic to get plastic surgery, and they had did, I guess, the routine check to see if it's okay for her to get the surgery. Now, when she did had gotten the surgery, she did had started to vomit and, was feeling very sick. So they had rushed her into the hospital and they did a MRI to come to find out that she had a hernia, that a rupture in her attendance was inside the hernia. Now, she did explain how everything had went down and how she almost passed away due to this emergency situation that she had.
I was on vacation and I started vomiting. I started throwing up. So the vomit became very alarming to me because it wouldn't stop. So out of concern, the surgeon that I know over there, and my friends actually, big up to my friends over there, they called the doctor and they was like, no man, something is wrong with Grace. Like, can you come and check it out or whatever. When he came, to be honest, when I went there, let me go back a little bit. When I went there and I did my consult with my stomach, he was like, he asked me if I had a hernia because he noticed there was a bulge right at my belly button there, or to the, if you look back on the picture, like, long story short, I was like, no. I was like, not that I'm aware of or whatever, but obviously they did the procedure and he never see nothing, wrong. And the reason why he never see anything wrong was, I want to get to that. I want to take time and explain my story, was because the hernia was at my side. And so when they did the procedure to the front to do your breasts, they had no reason to do scans to the side. And so he didn't see that I have a hernia. So long story short, to just fast forward quickly, I vomiting, I went to the doctor, and he was very concerned when he touched my stomach. I was feeling a lot of pain and I kept vomiting. I kept throwing up. I couldn't keep nothing down. It just repeatedly vomiting. And so he called and at the day when I went, it was a Sunday. And so there wasn't nobody there to do like the MRI and stuff. Let me go back. He called an ambulance. That's me when I was in the ambulance, all right? He called an ambulance to take me to another hospital, yeah? Because the one that he worked when I went there, it was a Sunday. And so he was like, I don't like how you're vomiting. I don't like your, the feeling in your stomach. We need to rush you to the hospital and we need to do a MRI. That was when I was going to the hospital in the ambulance. All right, so that was when I was in the that was when I was being rushed to the hospital in an ambulance. Okay, so let's get off this picture now and stop sharing. So after they rushed me to the hospital, they did an MRI, that big machine, then pushed me through the MRI machine. And I can vividly remember when they came back with the results while I was in the hospital, and I saw different doctors and surgeons coming into the room. I can vividly remember the look on their faces like something was wrong. I remember I took up my phone and I called my sister and I was crying. I went ballistic because them over there, them not talk English, them speak Spanish. So most of them did that talk Spanish. But you know when you can't see somebody's facial expression, looking back at it, and what I went through, I can say that it's like them a look upon me like, how do you right here, not dying or crying or how she just lie down there. So because what they found in the MRI scan was that I had a hernia. I want to explain this properly. I'm sorry I couldn't put down the phone. But what they found was that I had a hernia to my side and my intestines went through the hernia. My sister sent me a picture. I wonder if I can find it on WhatsApp. Lord Jesus. I guess whoever knows that, I wanted to show you what it was like. But I had a hernia. It poked through my intestines was going through the hernia, because you know the hernia is a space in the muscle. And so what I was told was that my intestines was going through that little space that I had in the side, which is the hernia, and it erupted. But thank God that I had the hernia, because it erupted on the outside of my muscle wall. I don't know if I'm even saying it correctly. The intestines erupted outside of that hernia muscle wall. And so if I didn't have the hernia, which is that space in the muscle, like that hole, the intestine would have erupted inside of me. If I'm not saying it correctly, I apologize. I'm just trying to be as accurate as how the doctors explained it to me. But when the intestines erupted, it started to poison my body, and it sent me into a sepsis shock. And the sepsis is the poisoning. That sepsis kills a lot of people, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here, to be alive, to be talking to you. I'm so grateful for this day. I'm so grateful to God. So the sepsis started attacking my lungs, and it started to attack some of the organs in my body. Sepsis literally started to eat my skin. Like, oh my God, I don't know how to explain it to you. But my skin started to deteriorate. It started to eat my skin. It started to attack my lungs. And I didn't even know that sepsis was so dangerous. It literally rotten out the entire part of my stomach where, oh, that's what I woke up to. Okay, so I was thanking the doctors in DR that never gave up on me, that was fighting through the sepsis to save my life. So they opened my chest. I have a scar going down. They had to open me up to go inside to stitch back the hernia, I guess, to place back the intestines in the wall that it was supposed to be in. They opened me up. They went inside. They stitched back the hernia. When I woke up, vividly, there were so many people in that room. But they could have given up on me because, like I said, I died in DR. But I thank them that they didn't, that they fought through what I was going through, that they went inside, that they stitched the hernia, that they repaired me, that they did what they did. So I'm so grateful, and I thank everyone from DR who fought with me. I thank you, Jesus. I will not stop. I left DR, I came to America. And I did another surgery immediately when I got here, okay? They had tried to staple me up. When I came to America, they opened me back up. They put me back in surgery because I was infected with the sepsis so bad. I was infected with the sepsis so bad so that they wanted to kind of clean me up. So I did another surgery again, all right? Okay, fast forward. I was in the hospital from October to December. That's how bad my situation was. So a lot of times I used to go on my phone and I used to people say, oh, she not come explain this. Oh, she not have life. Oh, she not. Like, I was dying. Like, I literally was losing my life. I was going through a lot. So apart from that I went through, I was in the hospital for months. I was going through other things. I came out of the hospital in December. I had that wound still when I came out because that wound had to self-close. It's been 6 months now. And so, yes, it is healed. It is closed. And we're going to get to that part. But before we get to today, after they let me out of the hospital and I went home to my family, you saw the Christmas pictures. I was wrapping my kids' gift and present, even with that wound open. I was so determined to still let them have a good time. I was so grateful to God, right? And so when you saw me in Christmas, yes, I did still have that scar underneath my clothing.
Now, 3 days ago, Spice had put up a picture of her being panicked, and people was saying to her, congratulations, they were super excited of the bundle of joy, just to come find out today in the same video that she had did explain about the situation that she went through, that she was not panicked, that she had posted a picture of a rebirth of her life after she almost passed away.
Just, he literally gave me a new life, and that's what I'm celebrating. That's all it is. It was never intentionally done for the picture to offend anyone. And so if it did offend anyone, then I apologize and I'm sorry if it offended you. But it was never about anything or anyone. Any woman that can't get pregnant, I sympathize. I have friends and family that went through different things, miscarriages, like all of that. But it was never about that. It was just about celebrating my new life, giving God glory, giving God thanks for this new life, for this new journey. It's like a rebirth. I'm a brand new person. I feel rejuvenated.
Now, people in the comments was pretty upset with Spice that they had went on and said she could have had done it another way. So many women suffering from fertility issue, and for her to let the blogs think she was suspected is where it's F. She could have figured out another way to portray her story. While this wasn't necessary, I don't care what point she was trying to prove. You watch us for days congratulating you. You're sick. So guys, leave a comment down below and let me know how you feel about this whole situation with Spice. And I'll catch y'all next time with a brand new video. Bye.
Juicy Tea and Censored.